not delude yourself, thou wretched fool.
But so I heard some news that there is a brand new gaming console coming out. A brand new console, which I couldn't wrap my head around it. Apparently, having three major console manufacturers out just isn't enough. You got Nintendo doing their thing, and then you got Microsoft and Sony just basically making a dumbed down PC at this point. Yeah, they got a couple exclusives, but it's nothing that like I'm gonna miss anything. Like I really don't care. I got so many games coming out for PC that I bought I have so many of them just in my folder on the Steam sale that I'll probably never get around to playing. But it's like the sales are so good, I just buy them and they just sit there. Like it's got to the point that I relate to the comic that was just like, oh, look, I'm just gonna throw this new Steam game in my collection because it's only like $5, and it's like, oh, you already got it in your collection. Like, oh, wait, yeah, I did buy that. Well, I totally forgot that I even owned the game. So games are not a problem on the PC. So if you have a new game console come out, I guess it's going to be for people that they're probably going to kind of like what I did when I saw PS4 and Xbox One coming out. And I saw the Xbox One had basically a Radeon 7770 in it, which I bought apparently my new gaming PC that played Skyrim very well. But it had a Radeon 7770 in it, and you know, all the elitists on the game boards, because I didn't really know much about graphics cards and stuff. I was just like, oh wow, it's got like 2 gigabytes in it. That's a good card. I just thought gigabytes is all that really mattered. But yeah, they laughed at me. So I bought a 660 Ti. Which, yeah, then they said, oh, that thing will cause a house fire, but I just used it. But I think by that point, it had all the bugs worked out. So, yeah, it ran me pretty good, but then I was just like, I was still kind of considering maybe getting a PlayStation 4, but I was like, nah, you know what, instead of buying one of those new game consoles, I'm just going to buy, like, the top-of-the-line gaming card, which, I was really impressed with the 780 when that came out, so I decided to, so the release specs that there was a 780 Ti coming out, which looked like amazing, and it was at the time. Neither one of the consoles came anywhere close to it. Basically, it's got about the same processing power as the Xbox One X has now, but it came out years before. Because basically, I had the new Xbox already, like years before that thing would even come out. And the main problem I had with consoles is that they make them way too weak, that after like 2 years, most of your open world games, they just don't play them anymore. Like I tried my Xbox 360, it kept burning out on me, so like I got fed up with that thing. I'm just playing this game.
The battle is over. Show respect for the fallen who fought so bravely.
Yeah, I have like 5 of them just burned out on me, one after another. Eventually, they're just like, oh, well, we're not going to replace it because it's not under warranty. So, like, I'm like, well, I have a working PlayStation 3, so Skyrim came out a couple months later, so I had to get it for PlayStation 3. And, I mean, I didn't really know any better. It's just, when you're used to consoles, you just thinking, okay, that's just how games are supposed to be played, but then, you know, like after a while, like you're playing, even with the 360 in New Vegas, like the load screen just got worse and worse. Like it just took forever just to go from one room to another, and I was getting frustrated with it. Like, there's just got to be a better way to play this. Yeah, I noticed the hardware problems with the consoles, like even back when basically kind of, even though I really loved the game No Mercy, it kind of ruined it for the Nintendo 64, considering that I just jumped out and killed myself. But
Victory goes to the last one standing.
there wasn't enough memory though. If you had like 3 or 4 players playing at the same time, the game would like barely run. Like it was so slow that it was hardly even playable, even though like basically console was at that time almost the way to play video games. I jumped out and killed myself.
Victory will not come easily. It must be
The PC was like a totally different realm. Sure, they had their emulators and everything, but like Nintendo 64 emulators were kind of garbage. So I didn't really care. They're still kind of garbage you can play. I'll be playing like Mario Tennis and the stupid balls in like some sort of pink square or something. Like, I never figured out how to fix that. Someone probably does. Got it. But yeah, I didn't. I think I did fix it, but it just caused a whole new problem. So Nintendo 64 emulation, I think the best way to do that would probably be to order that cartridge. It just plugs right in the thing with the SD card. It's like I don't blame anybody for wanting to do that. It's almost kind of worth buying a cartridge with the price of some of the games at this point. But anyway, Skyrim on the PlayStation 3, it was so bad, eventually the game just completely stopped loading. Like, I couldn't even get the game to work anymore. Like, I think it was after about 140 hours in, which if you're in the Skyrim, like, that's not a whole lot of hours. You can easily put 40 hours in within the first week. Those games are games that I like to feel immersed into. So I played it on PC, completely different experience, and from what I noticed, I guess Fallout 4 had the Far Harbor downloadable content with some fog effects that the PlayStation 4 couldn't even render properly at 1080 graphics. So my PC wasn't having a problem at all. I just had a 980 Ti when I was playing it. It was playing with the fog effects at like 4K at about 25-30 frames per second, but like just playing at 4K at the time was like pretty amazing, so I just really didn't care. So with that, so I'm thinking this console is just going to be for people. It might work. It might be for someone who, like I was back in that day, where I just wanted the convenience of a console, but I wanted power to like really be able to handle the games they were trying to put on it, rather than trying to play with like basically the lowest hardware that you could possibly use to run the game. Like, I didn't feel it was running the game. It was just running into stuttering issues. That, and like back in the day when I used to play like Grand Theft Auto 3, you put in your cheat code and you'd just be blowing up cop cars with rocket launchers left and right. And at some point it just became too much for the console, and the game would just run to like basically a picture slideshow, which kills all the fun. The best parts of gaming, with you just got a bunch of stuff going on all at the same time, and I feel that's the most fun part of gaming. And consoles can't even handle all the memory rendering and all that stuff that requires to handle that at a solid frame rate. So basically, consoles just kill the fun out of gaming. So I'd really just, I wouldn't care if consoles went away, because basically you can solve all your problems just by getting a PC. The only thing with exclusives, that's all consoles have over a PC right now. Like, well, we got exclusive games. Like, well, so what? It doesn't mean you couldn't play it on a PC. You just have your exclusive games, and I'm pretty sure I don't really care about your exclusive games, because like I said, I already have enough games. So, some people said that the new Mad Box or whatever looked a little weird. I don't know, it's just kind of shaped like an M. I could see it just kind of sitting there by your PC. If it functions good, the only problem is it's like you can't get a new graphics card in it or something, probably. So whatever's in it, like, that's it. Where if a PC, if you already have like a nice processor, and you're like chipset with like DDR4 or whatever the next one's going to be. Even you just, if you're just looking for cheap, like I just want to build one right now, like the cheapest Ryzen processors can run high-end GPUs with like virtually no bottleneck.
I'm sure
So
I can do it.
it's, if you're sick of the bottlenecks you're getting with console gaming, basically they're trying to run like at this point a mid-range graphics card with like just an absolute awful processor. Like they're 8 cores, but the games don't. I guess most games I noticed for PC gaming only use 4 cores. So it's like they have 8 little crappy cores that are about like half what generally like a low mid-range PC CPU is supposed to run at. So it's like you think you're getting a bargain with the console, but you're really just getting like really bad parts, and it's not doing you any favors in the long run. If you really want to enjoy your games, like you gotta have hardware, and that's all I'm saying about that. So yeah, the new console it could work. I'm thinking it probably won't. It's just gonna be like another Sega Dreamcast where it's gotta go and die, but hopefully it's got some it's got some sort of like Steam game support or something. That's the only way I could see it, is basically an all-in-one PC system for someone that just wants it to plug in their TV to play games and doesn't know how to like anything about building a computer. Even though most people that I've recommended to building a PC, they're able to just pop open a free build. They're able to just fix it from there. Like they figured out how to like plug a GPU in and unscrew a power supply and re-plug it back in the slot you pulled it out of. It's really not that hard, and it's pretty fun, and the hobby gets pretty addicting. So you know, if you want to get into PC gaming, you're actually just doing yourself a favor. It's better in console gaming in any way.